So we had a little bit of rain yesterday, and just the tiny little bits and pieces left over from Patricia. And I think I should show you what we have outside this morning. We haven't seen that stream since early in the spring. And here it is. Normally it's only up to about 1.5 feet down inside that long grass back there and behind my pile of wood. But today I would be in about 1 foot of water standing by that long grass, and it's a good 25-30 feet up into my yard. Not very nice. Have fun getting the last cut of grass done this year. Anyway, almost the end of October though, and we still haven't got snow. There's something that I should show you, kind folks. That's my Hillbilly place where I come out to sit and watch the weather, listen to music, you name it. I built that. It's not really done. I've been years on that job. There's the front door. I don't have a back door, so I guess it's the door. Maybe I'll show you inside. It's kind of my little... Maybe I should turn on some lights. It's a little bit dark in here. Not that it'll help a lot, but it'll help some. Oh, there you go. It's kind of my little museum with my sign. Ted is Beverly's Hillbilly. And some old tools and lanterns. There's a bow saw up there. Fancy candle light. You can see my twinkle lights up there. My reclaimed lumber for the roof materials, my speakers so that I can listen to tunes, an old pair of snowshoes. I should go slower. I keep forgetting that I'm actually running a video here. And a clock that would tell me what time it is if I put a battery in it. A few citronella candles, my old Telefunken, and well, I don't know how much longer I'll be able to use my old black and white television, the first one I ever got. Analog is on its way out. The original Telefunken speakers, it's getting brighter outside. It's hard to see some of this stuff. Some more of my antique tools that I've got out here. An old tap and die set. Belonged to my father and his father before him, I do believe. Anyway, it's getting very windy. I guess the rain portion of Patricia is now gone, but the wind is still here. There's my dad's old chainsaw. It's on display because I'm not strong enough to pull it over anymore, and it needs an ignition module. Anyway, that's my gazebo, my Hillbilly home away from home. A painting that I did too. Anyway. So here we are out in my messy shop. I'm going to see if the lights will come on, and I'm going to perhaps that's just wonderful. I had a brain freeze. I have those. I'm going to joint some of these pieces so that I can put them together. And there we go, the lights are starting to come on. And make them so they'll glue up better. They have to be jointed so that the two pieces fit together perfectly, otherwise the glue just doesn't work very well. So, I don't know if I can show you a pile of pieces. I'm going to try to joint together, and of course very hard to do this when you're looking at the wrong side of the video thing. Let's turn it this way. And there's my old jointer over there. And a router sledge that I use for truing things up. And again, my pile of cherry that I'm going to joint. So I'm going to set the camera up and I'll get right back with you. So, I'm sorry, I'm rather new at this. I'm not all that handy with the camera and with getting things set up so that I can get a good picture. But as I mentioned before, the idea here is that we need to make the two pieces of wood mate together as closely as possible. And I'm pretty sure that we can get this done, even with the noise of the traffic going by and the dog barking next door. I'm going to true this one up just a little bit, and we'll see how much better it fits. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my my in-feed table a little bit so that it's taking less off. I don't want to chew away a whole lot of my lumber. Here we go, we're going to run this through at least once. Hope it doesn't snipe too, and hope it doesn't snipe too much on the end. It always seems to want to do that. Maybe a person should have a sacrificial piece that he's using along with it, but let's see how we did. Still not a perfect joint, is it? Let's see if we can true this one up a little better. It looks kind of rough there. That looks not too bad. So we'll do the rest of them and get ready for the glue up. Okay, so I've jointed these pieces. I know you can't see my head, but I wanted to show you the setup and the gluing. It's not complicated, but there's a couple of little things that I'd like to show you. For example, these cheap pipe clamps are one way of doing it, and that's the way I'm going to do the first side. These have teeth on them, and they're on a cam, and unless you give it a little bit of help, it tends to slide on that hard old steel pipe. So I just give it a light tap with the rubber mallet, and I have the pieces already laid in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue on them, and then we'll glue it up. Most of us like to use a little knife or something like that for this. My finger works just as good, and I can wipe it off when I'm done. So a nice even coat of glue on the whole thing, and I'll grab a shop rag from my messy workbench. My beautiful wife tells me that I should have cleaned my bench off before I started showing you these things. But, you know, a hillbilly is as a hillbilly is, and that's what I is. Or as Popeye would have said, I am what I am. Anyway, so we're just going to put these two pieces together and carefully hold them in place while we tighten these screws just a little bit. And watch the glue begin to squeeze out from between the two pieces. The neater a job you can do when you're gluing the pieces together, the less work you have to do afterward, sanding and cleaning things up. So you can notice there's glue squeezing out all the way along. I'm going to put something on top just to kind of hold things down a little bit while the glue sets. I don't want it to pop up, if you know what I mean. So I've got scraps of stuff all over the place. I'm sure I can find something else to set there that won't get into the glue. That's not too wide, I guess it'll do. And we'll just find something a little bit heavy to set on top. How about this piece of oak that I cut out of a tree? Maybe going to make a table out of it or something. It's kind of neat too. It's to cut in half with a chainsaw. And we'll just let that set up. Don't forget to put the lid back on your glue, and almost as importantly, put the glue away. Preferably somewhere where it won't freeze out in my cold, cold shop. So see ya.